Hey everybody out there in YouTube world, Jeremy from iMotivate.me, and thanks for joining me for another episode where today, at the request of some really awesome, hard-working clients and patients, I'm gonna be showing you a series of exercises that we can use to manage our success that we've had in a previous program or to supplement the exercises that you currently do in a program, right? For those who have been inactive and are seeking to take action, or you are currently active and want to uphold your health and skill related components of physical fitness. If we're talking about balance, flexibility, range of motion in your joints, joint strength, muscular strength and endurance, cardiovascular endurance, the basic things that we can do to help us maintain or obtain those health and skill related components of physical fitness that we are seeking. So let's go ahead and get started and enjoy the content. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment in the comments section. All right, so as we begin here, I'm gonna go ahead and march in place. This is the first phase of our exercise, the warm up. We wanna warm up for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna march in place here. I'm gonna bring those hands out, rotating the arms in and out. Remember, we wanna protect the shoulder, the least stable joint in the body. So I'm gonna rotate the rotator cuffs here, bringing those hands in, bringing them up. I'm gonna listen to my body. I'm gonna get a sense of how I feel, what my functional abilities or limitations are. And again, whatever those limitations might be, we can still stay in action by modifying the exercise, right? So I'm marching in place here. As you can see behind me, I've got my chair. I've got my resistance bands, my light, medium, and heavy. I'll be using the medium band for instructional purposes today. But again, feel free to jog in place if you want. We can go in a lateral motion, switching body weight from one leg to the other. We can bring the arms across the body, deep breaths in and out as we go. No shallow breathing during your exercise, right? We want deep breathing in and out, right? We can also go ahead and activate the neck muscles here by rotating the shoulders backwards, stretching the chest, holding that pose, and then we're gonna take a look to our left and to our right. So we work the range of motion in the neck while we stretch the shoulders and the chest. Very simple exercises here, just to get the neck activated as well. From here, we can go into what I call my hip manipulations, and we start with that left leg, bring it in front of the right, and I'm gonna bring that leg out and up. So we're gonna open up the hips, forcing the opposite side into action. All of those balance muscles from the top of the hip to the balls of the feet are gonna activate here, connecting the brain with those basic muscles that we tend to neglect at times, right? Remember, the older we get, the more sedentary we tend to be, and we spend less time on one foot. So we'll change that up with some exercises, right? Switching, right? Right arm, or right leg rather. All right, we can also bring that left leg forward and back. Right, so we're gonna trace a circle around that right leg. Again, shifting that body weight. We can switch. We wanna do these exercises for about 30 to 40 seconds, so time under tension matters here. To start, feel free to do it for longer, right? That just, everything depends on you. It is your world with this exercise. All right, standing elbows out and in. I'm gonna take my hands, place them behind my head. I'm moving those elbows forward and back, forward and back. Simply, we are checking the range of motion of those shoulders, working some of those muscles that connect the spine with the shoulder blade. For you side sleepers out there, this might benefit you a little bit. Perhaps it'll help you waking up in the morning without sore shoulders, right? We can go ahead into our curtsy. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way here. The curtsy, basically, I'll have the chair actually next to me for balance reasons if we need it, right? I'm gonna take that left leg, and with the curtsy, I'm stepping back and around, just like so. And of course, I'll have that chair next to me in the event that I need it for balance, right? But simply stepping back and around, switching legs, stepping back and around. Notice I keep that chest squared towards the center. We're targeting some of those muscles on the outside of the leg into the rear end area. Very basic exercises, a little unorthodox action to promote balance, right? From here, we can do our calf raise on both legs. If you're able to do it with one foot, feel free to do that as well, right? But as we go, we can modify the exercise into what I call a soft jump. We're not actually jumping off the ground, although feel free to do so. If you're able to jump off the ground, go ahead and give it a try. But what we do essentially is we come into a squat, and as we stand, we transfer up into the calf raise. If I'm doing it at my own pace, I'm basically coming up and down, and it looks like I'm jumping in the air, right? And we're just keeping those muscles engaged at all times. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my resistance band from here. So I'm gonna have my medium band. I'm gonna have the band behind my back. We can do this from either the standing or seated position. Band behind the lower portion of the back. I want my elbows at about 90 degrees, pushing those bands out and up into a shoulder flexion, right? You can modify the exercise to where you come down into a squat, feet shoulder width apart, standing up, pushing out. You can also do a side lunge, right? I can do it to the opposite side as well. Okay. We can also bring that band up into the upper back region, under the arms. We can do a shoulder press. Breathing out as we push that band up above the head. We can do a chest press. And of course we can modify, coming down into a squat, pushing that band out as we stand. You can even challenge yourself to a one leg position, right? Spending a little time on one leg if you're able to do it. We do want to make sure that safety is the highest priority for us during the exercises. Feel free to challenge yourself though if you're able to. Very simple stuff. We're coordinating our movements with upper and lower body. Keep that in mind. This is a cognitive approach to exercising. Very basic stuff, very effective. This would be a light warm up for all you athletes out there, right? From here, we can do what's called a standing back row. So what I'm gonna do is take the band, placing it in both hands, under both feet, right? And what I'm gonna do with both feet shoulder width apart, I'm gonna lean forward. I'm gonna choke up on the band a little bit, keeping the back straight. I'm gonna pull up on the band. So a hanging back row here from the standing position. Now, the farther down you can go here and leaning in, hinging at those hips, the more we affect those back muscles, right? Very easily done. You can bring those legs straight into a standing back extension, coming down, keeping the back straight, legs straight, and right back up. Down and up. Remember, I've got tension on the band. Notice how my band doesn't scrunch. There's tension on the band the entire time. All right, we're working our postural muscles in the back. Very easy exercise, very simple. You can even throw in a shrug at the top here. Coming down and up. All right, from here, what we can do is keeping that band under both feet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and come into a squat position. I'm gonna bring my elbows at 90 degrees, right? From here, I'm gonna bring the elbows and arms out. Again, using the shoulder flexion here. Notice I'm keeping that back straight. So we're working our postural muscles here. We're in an isometric squat. We're still activating those muscles in the lower body even though they're not moving. And we're working that body a little bit. Deep breaths in and out as we go, right? You can also do this from the standing position without the squat. Use a light band if it's necessary, right? Just like so. From here, we can use our sit to stands. That's kind of our bread and butter for those who have graduated the Phase 2 of Cardiac Therapy program with me. You know all about these ones, the sit to stand with or without the band. I'm gonna use the bands here, but we can always modify with just body weight. I'm gonna keep tension on the band at all times. Sitting down and right back up. Breathing out as I stand. From here, I can also take the band and walk the feet out and in to activate those hips. What I'm gonna do is put tension on the band just like so. I'm gonna walk those legs out and back in. All the way out and all the way back in. For those who have good balance and have a lot of confidence in their lateral movements, we can always step to the left and step to the right. Right, so we're gonna activate those muscles in the side of the hips, even in the glutes in the rear. Keeping that posture upright, keeping tension on that band, right? So we have an isometric contraction of the upper body, keeping your back and posture upright. Very simple stuff. And again, we can do 2 to 3 sets of these. All right, and we just stay in motion, that's your key. All right, and then of course from the sit to stands we can modify. We can sit on the floor. One of the hardest exercises that I prescribe for a lot of my patients is simply sitting on the floor and then getting up. And you can get up any way that you would like to here. I want to make sure my microphone stays intact. You can hop up any way you need to. A lot of folks tend to favor getting up on one side or the other, but we strategize and we teach ourselves in practice how to get on and off the floor, right? So we can do it very easy, or we can do it the hard way with popping up. All right, everybody, so that's gonna do it for today's episode. Again, just to reiterate, those 10 exercises, it was actually probably 12 or 13 with the modifications. These exercises we can take with us in our progress management. Or if you're a person just stumbling upon this content and you're trying to look for a little bit of guidance into taking action in your life, taking control of your mind, taking control of your body and your health. Your health is your wealth. And in a time like this, the world that we're living in, we're going to need to be resilient in a lot of crazy times that are going to come in the future. So with that being said, taking a series of those exercises, maybe 5 or 6 of those exercises, every day, 15 to 20 minutes a day, doing 2 to 3 sets. You can determine how many sets or how long you exercise for, and working on those health and skill related components of physical fitness that we've worked so hard to get to with that progress. We want to maintain, we want to manage that progress that we've had, or get ourselves kick-started into a new version of yourself. A better version of yourself. That's what we want, mind, body, and spirit. And it starts with a little discipline, a little repetition, which is the father of learning, right? A little nutrition, a little rest, all of those things that go in together to improving your quality of life. It's not just about longevity, it's about the quality of life that you can have in this world with yourself and your family and friends moving forward. So everybody take care, great work. Keep those dukes up, stay dedicated, stay motivated, stay hydrated. And until next time, peace.